Hey YouTube, before I open this package, I have to tell you a story. This is the third generation MI band by a company called XIAOMI. I hope I'm saying that right. I had used the first generation before this, was really impressed with the battery life and the build quality. And so, I decided to buy this one. The battery lasts for like over a month, it charges quickly, the heart rate sensor is almost accurate, it is very cheap and again, amazing build quality. It almost seems like it should have been made by Apple. My respect for this Chinese company has grown out of proportion after I bought this fitness band. You can search the market, I'm sure you will not find something as good in quality and functionality as this one at this cost. I've been using it for almost a year now and have been craving for an upgrade. Several months ago, it came to my attention that the company was now making watches, and as you can imagine, I desperately wanted it. But the problem was, the AMAZFIT base only came in Chinese and not in English. Big disappointment there. Sure enough, I knew that the English version would be coming soon based on the company's success in the Western market in the mobile phone industry. Now that it has come in English, it is on very high demand. You will have trouble getting your hands on one of these in the near future. You can head over to the link in the description and purchase one if you're interested. It costs half of what the Apple Watch costs, and strictly speaking, it is more of a fitness watch than a smartwatch. The package is made of low-cost materials, but elegantly done. The transparent top has some features mentioned on it, but through it I can see the watch looking all shiny and beautiful. On the back of the box we have more features mentioned. Enough sliding, let's open this baby up. The metallic grey ceramic bezel looks very good. Turning this over, it says move beautifully, reiterating the fact that this is more of a fitness watch than a smartwatch. The packaging is mostly cardboard with a bit of plastic, but it is neatly done as I said. The front has a touchscreen glass display, but you can't see it yet with the sticker on top. The side is ceramic. The back is curved and is made of some good matte feeling plastic with a heart rate sensor and some charging contact points. The charging contact points should be used for data transfer as well, as I don't see any other ports on this watch. The small slot below the heart rate sensor is not a speaker. It is just for the watch to dock on the charger. This watch does not have a speaker. On one side we have a metal button, and on the other side there's a small hole, possibly for pressure sensor, could be a microphone even, don't know yet, we'll get to that later. The strap is made of a felt type resin. It has lots of closed holes in it, which means you can get a very comfortable fit. It comes in two options, a black one and an orange one. This is the black, and the orange version should be in this color, the one that's on the back of my strap. It is a standard watch strap with a tiny spring mounted latch for quick release. Because it takes a standard 22mm strap, you will have plenty of third-party options to replace it with. My wrists are average sized and this watch is a perfect fit for me. The box comes with a micro USB cable, a quick start guide and a docking station. The docking station has metal contact points which should slot into the metal contact points on the watch. So it is not induction charging like the Apple Watch. The micro USB cable fits into the dock and the watch sits quite snugly on it as long as you have properly positioned it into the slot. My research on the internet said it's 4 gigs of storage, but I believe that's for the Chinese one. This one has 2.5 gigs of storage. A fraction of this will be used to store your fitness tracking information, and you should be able to use the remaining space for storing music, which means you don't have to carry your phone along with you when you go out running. The paperwork says that the watch has Wi-Fi on it. I have no idea why you need Wi-Fi on this watch because it interacts with the phone over Bluetooth. It can also use the Bluetooth to connect to your wireless earphones, headphones or speakers to cast music on them. The watch is IP67 water resistant, so it's okay for you to take it into the shower or into the rain, but not for swimming or diving. It has GPS for tracking your run path or cycling path, a heart rate monitor, a pedometer for counting your steps, and a vibration motor to alert you with notifications. It does not run Android Wear. It is a custom firmware, so do not expect yourself to be able to install apps on it. New apps and features will only have to come over XIAOMI's firmware upgrade. It works both on the iPhone and on Android phones. The watch screen is round with a flat tire at the bottom. It has a transflective LCD display, which means at night a fairly dim backlight illuminates the screen, but during day the backlight goes off and the watch face reflects the ambient light. This shows the pixels on the screen rather than wasting battery by trying to eliminate the backlight bright enough to fight the sun. It is an always-on color display. The glass surface is scratch resistant and as you can see, somehow manages to avoid fingerprint smudges. I put the watch on charge just for a few minutes and I can see it charges very quickly. And from using the fitness band before this, and based on the tech used for this display, I'm pretty sure that the 280 mAh battery on this will last for a very long time. But I can give you a feedback on this in my in-depth review after a month or so. You will have to install the Amazfit watch app on your phone, set up an account and scan the QR code to connect to your watch over Bluetooth, and then activate the watch. There are a few watch faces that you can choose from the app. You should be able to do this from the watch as well. And there are a bunch of other settings that you can change from the phone, but we'll get to this later, probably in my in-depth review. On the watch, the home screen is the watch face. This is the second item on the menu. We will talk about the first item later. Because it's not Tinder, swiping left brings up the third item on the menu. Here you have the pedometer stats for the day and the goal mentioned at the bottom. Tapping on it shows the time-wise breakdown of your step count for the day. Scrolling down from here shows the activity ratio in percentage of how active you've been against how still you've been during this day. Scrolling further down shows you the step count for the entire week. Swiping right from here shows the calorie count for the day, and scrolling down from here should show you the calorie count for the week. Swiping right takes you back up one level. Once you're at the menu again, swiping left will bring you to the fourth item on the menu. This is your heart rate sensor. The heart rate is plotted against the time of the day. Here you have your last recorded heart rate and your resting heart rate as well. There is a button at the bottom to check your heart rate now. Tapping on the menu item takes you into further options where you can choose to constantly monitor your heart rate. But be sure that choosing this option will have a negative effect on your battery life. On this page, you can also see the maximum and minimum beats per minute. From here, you can swipe right to go back to the menu like before. Item 5 on the menu is music. The watch does not have speakers, so the only way you can listen to music from this is by connecting to a Bluetooth speaker or earphone. I just opened this watch, so I don't have any songs on it. I will have to connect it to a computer to transfer music onto its storage later on. Item 6 on the menu is alarm. Tapping on it opens a few options for alarm settings. The alert will be vibration only. Item 7 on the menu is weather forecast. The forecast is for 5 days including today. Tapping on any of the days gives you more details on that specific day's weather. Item 8 is the compass. Tapping on it shows you more information about your GPS coordinates. Because I'm indoor, the GPS is not able to lock my location, but this should show your latitude, longitude, the altitude and pressure. Item 9 is the stopwatch. This is self-explanatory, so I'm not going into the details. It has a nice interface and can track lap timings as well. Item 10 is sleep tracking, and the menu item shows the sleep tracking for last night, but I just got the watch, so there is no sleep tracking information on it. There are no more items on this side of the menu. Heading back to the watch face, which I earlier mentioned was the second item on the menu, and pressing and holding on the watch face activates the watch face menu, where you can get to choose from 13 different watch faces. Swiping right from the watch face takes you to menu item 1. This is titled Sports. Here you can choose one of many activities available to you and track your workouts. Also, there's a settings option where you can set workout alerts. From the home screen, swiping up brings up notifications. I'm using an iPhone and I can see text messages, WhatsApp messages, Facebook notifications and even news popping up on the screen. Swiping left from the notification gives you an option to block the similar type of notification, and swiping right dismisses the notification. Swiping down from the home screen displays another menu. Here, the first option is weather, the second is the remaining battery life statistics. It is pretty detailed. The third option is silent mode toggle, and the fourth option is more settings. Under more settings, the first option is Bluetooth, which you can use to connect to other Bluetooth devices. The second option is Wi-Fi. You can use this to connect to your Wi-Fi network. You can select the Wi-Fi signal here and then type the password back in the phone app. The third option is silent time. You can set timings in here to make sure the watch doesn't vibrate and disturb you at night. The next option is backlight. Here you can choose when you want the backlight to turn on. You can always keep it on, or you can set it as auto. I have it as auto. The next option is tap to wake. So when the watch is dormant, you can either wake it up by pressing the button, or you can choose to tap twice on the screen to wake it up. You choose this option here. The next option is vibration. You have 3 strands of vibration, the mid, low and strong. The next option is your wear habit. You can choose whether you wear it on your left hand or on your right hand. The next option is update. This is for software updates. Then you have factory reset. It's self-explanatory. The next option is power off. Then you have about, which gives you more information about the firmware and things like that. And the last option is report error. This just sends logs to the manufacturer. I will be making a more detailed video in a few days once I've had enough time spent with this watch. So subscribe to be updated. Take care.